What is up, Scyushi Squad? We are back again with some more Genshin Impact, and today we're talking about ya boy, ya main guy, Zhongli. Now, I love Zhongli. He is one of my absolute favorite characters, and I wanted to kind of explore the idea together today of whether or not you should roll for him, because his banner is going to end up reappearing in the shop in a couple hours, at least for the North American servers. I'm pretty sure it's already on China servers like since yesterday or something, but needless to say, Zhongli is probably one of the he's definitely a very well-rounded character. When Zhongli first came out, he was pretty weak, but even then I still really enjoyed him as a character. As far as his story is concerned, he's really badass. But the definitive question you guys and gals are asking yourselves is, should you end up rolling for Zhongli? Now, the short answer is a definitive yes, and I'm going to kind of go into that and explain a little bit of my reasons why I think that Zhongli is one of the best characters in the game. First and foremost, it's just because he can end up being extremely defensive to your entire party, because Zhongli, of course, has a really powerful shield that will scale off of his max health. Now, there's been lots and lots of memes about Zhongli that you may have seen on the subreddit, you may have seen just on other YouTube channels and stuff. One of my favorite jokes with Zhongli's character is everybody else scrambling to try and survive and, you know, not take damage and avoid bosses and stuff, and then here's Zhongli where you just have a shield that makes you invincible. Now, arguably, other shield characters are going to end up doing the same thing. You know, you can use Noelle to great effect as well, just because of the fact that she's got the shield. Diona is one of the top tier ones because of the fact that you get a shield and also get like a damage boost or whatever it is. I mean, Zhongli kind of has that too. But I would still argue that Zhongli's shield scales extremely well, and he's also, in my opinion, one of the most versatile 5-stars, because you can actually build him defensively, physical damage offensively, burst DPS. Like, you can do all sorts of different things with him. He's also really good against other geo constructs and such, because well, let me actually show you with this big boy right here. So he's gonna pop his shield, but if we end up doing our fully charged resonance, we actually take a chunk of his shield out, which makes things way easier for us. But also, you see, like, I just have a shield now, so I can just tank the damage, and then, oh, what's that? My shield is about to expire. Solidify. I just refreshed it. The other thing too is, as far as his defensive capabilities, I personally think that his ult is stupendous, because what it's going to do, not only do a lot of damage, depending on what you have for your build. You know, when I have a burst Zhongli build, I can do well over 100k damage. That's without Bennett or anything, and without food items, because I don't like using either. But the biggest thing is that it petrifies enemies for a short duration. Obviously, his constellations are giving me a big advantage because I have him at C6. But the point is that if you are generating enough energy and going that route, you can actually use Zhongli very effectively to defend your teammates, because you'll end up petrifying some super strong enemies that would otherwise just continuously be causing damage and stuff, right? So we'll get into his constellations and stuff a little bit later, but I just wanted to show you guys just how powerful it can be to have a shield character in your party, especially Zhongli. Like, literally, I don't even, like, the I don't even know what boss mechanics are anymore. Like, I'm waiting for the update to hit today so that I can end up doing the new Zhongli story quest. And then when I do and get to the new weekly boss, I'm sure that I'm just going to stomp him, because I'm going to basically be invincible. Now, the thing is that my shield is not 110% ideal super duper strong, because of course the shield's health scales off of your Zhongli health, so you could build him towards being super duper tanky, and then if you do that, you're going to end up having your shield be a little bit stronger. Now, the shield also is on just a duration as well. That's why you're constantly trying to put up your resonance things and stuff like that. Now, the other thing that's really good for his offensive capabilities, even if you just pop him out, use an ability, and then put him back in the party, is that he actually synergizes with other geo characters extremely well. So if I put Albedo and use his geo construct, you can see that the resonance will actually trigger off of both of them. So think of this as a Zhongli battery, basically, and it's going to trigger off of any other Geo construct. So another really good combination that lots of people have done is using Zhongli with Geo Traveler, Zhongli with Ningguang, where, you know, she's an insanely powerful Geo DPS character, but you can actually pop this down, pop her barrier down, and it is going to actually continue that resonance, and that's going to end up doing like basically twice as much damage, because you got the first one doing damage and then you got the resonance doing damage on top of it. Now, if you end up getting some constellations for Zhongli, you're going to be able to put down 2, and those will actually cycle back and forth. This, like, the passive damage that I do just because I have Zhongli and these 2 batteries or pillars going on is pretty crazy, actually. You're also going to have it so that his really high tier constellations will make it so that when I cast my ult, it's going to not only do more area of effect, but it can also end up putting shields around party members. And since the Zhongli rework that they ended up doing, basically, while any of your party members, including yourself, has a shield around you, it's kind of like you get within a proximity of the enemies and you tag them just while having a shield, and it's going to end up lowering their resistances and making you do a lot more damage. Now, I, of course, you know, my damage is a little bit higher than if you just had Zhongli on his own, just because I do have the Geo resonance of having 2 Geo characters in my party. But as far as my feedback is concerned, I mean, I highly recommend Zhongli. Not only is a really cool character, I mean, look at his attack animation already is really crazy. This is his charge attack as well. That's why you can also build him towards a physical DPS. I have other videos that talk about different Zhongli builds that you can end up doing, so we won't get into that today. There will be a link in the description so you guys can check that out. But just as far as adding him to your team, yeah, for sure. Like, I'm never going to get rid of Zhongli. We're also going to be getting in version 1.5, which is coming out later today, we're going to actually be getting a new Geo set that really complements shield builds. So it's a new set specifically designed for the Zhongli rerun, so we might end up checking that out. But let's go to his constellation. So his first one's going to make it so that we can put down 2 of his stone steels, or steelies, however you pronounce it. That's the batteries, basically. His second one just grants nearby characters on the field a Jade shield when you use your ult, so that's already really it's a really high tier ability, considering that it's only at his C2, which is pretty nuts. This just increases the level of his steelies. Increased planet befalls his ultimate abilities area of effect by 20% and increases the duration of the petrification by a whole 2 seconds. So normally it's a little bit less, right? Increases his ult, and then finally, last but not least, when the Jade Shield takes damage, this is where I don't even bother having a healing character in my party anymore because I'm basically invincible. But when the Jade Shield takes damage, 40% of that incoming damage is converted to HP for the current character that you're on. A single instance of regeneration cannot exceed 8% of that character's max HP, though, so that's just, you know, every time you refresh the shield, it's going to end up refreshing that counter. But ultimately, I highly recommend him. I hope that you guys ended up finding this video helpful. I wanted to have it as quick and precise as possible, but also I did want to end up going into more detail as to why I absolutely love this character, because I literally have not taken damage in months. I mean, on top of, you know, if you know how to dodge enemies and stuff like that, but literally, like, he just makes every character in the game an absolute joke. There's maybe like 1 or 2 instances where an enemy will do so much damage that they actually break my shield, and that again is because I don't have a shield build for my Zhongli. If you end up having a shield build for your Zhongli, which is actually considerably easy, because as far as I know, you only really need like 3-star artifacts or something like that. There's something ridiculous where it's like a really easy build because you're just going for his max HP. And there's a buddy of mine that has like, I think he's close to like 50k HP or something. But anyway, thanks for watching. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel, and have yourselves a fantastic day, gamers. I'm going to be streaming the new Zhongli quest line later today, so you can check that out if you have time and if you want to come see the new weekly boss. Bye, guys.